Hello Stampers, I'm Kelly Acheson at stampabove.com. I'm coming to you from Menasha, Wisconsin. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in the United States. Today I am going to show you how to make a really cool box. I've got some other things in store for you in this video. It is all part of the Totally Techniques design team blog hop featuring boxes. This design team has members from all over the world. There are 9 of us in total, and so you're going to get some great little box ideas today. I'm also going to be telling you about my newest online class using the Arrange a Wreath bundle. This is such a fun bundle. I have had an amazing time creating projects with this. We're going to flip the camera around. I am going to show you how to make my box. It is quick and easy and oh so beautiful with that Arrange a Wreath bundle. Let's get started. So this is the Arrange a Wreath bundle. Holy cow, 15 different stamps in here, 21 different dies. You can create some just amazing cards, scrapbook albums, 3D items, home decor. This is a gorgeous bundle. Today what I decided to do is I decided to grab the mini paper pumpkin boxes. Now, these boxes come flat like this. You get 10 of them in a package for $7.50. So that is a really good deal. They are also food safe. One side is coated, the other side is flat. So I like to put the coated side, it's kind of shiny, on the inside. But you can certainly put it on the outside. These fold either way. So to assemble our box, we're just going to fold on all the score lines here. Stampin' Up! Made it super simple for us. You're going to bring your sides in, your tabs in. I'm gonna push this backwards a little bit so we can get it in there. These tabs in just like this. This folds over and you can see that it pops right through the slits in the back to hold your mini paper pumpkin box together, and it really is just that simple. Now the rest of the box, you're going to pull these flaps in, put them on the inside, and then these little tabs slide right into each corner to make up a super cute little box. I thought this would be a great box to put candy in. It's a great box to put a fancy gift card in here, or maybe some candy and a gift card. This is a great way to give a gift. We're going to be making a box for a set of cards today. I'm going to be using the Gilded Autumn Specialty Designer Series paper. I'm going to use this particular print right here. You can see it has the gorgeous pumpkins on the back. I've got all of my layers cut here for the box. So we're going to take this bigger piece, and all of these dimensions can be found on my blog. Just look for this blog post and you'll find all the dimensions for everything that I'm making today. This large piece is 5.5 by 3 3/4. And I'm going to take my liquid glue and I'm going to adhere this designer paper right to the front. I should say the top of my box. This leaves just a tiny little margin around all 4 edges. And then I've got some strips to also decorate the sides of my mini paper pumpkin box. These 2 smaller ones are for each end, and they are 1 inch by 3 3/4, and then the front and back of the box is 1 inch by 5 3/4, and you need 2 each of these. So I'm going to just flip these over and add my adhesive to the back. I always kind of like to work in an assembly line, so if I have multiple pieces I can do them all at once, I guess is a good way to put that. Okay, here comes this one. I'm doing a fall theme because of course it is fall here in the United States. Our summer just ended, which made me very sad. It is my favorite season, summer, but fall comes next. So we've had some really beautiful weather here this last week. that leads me to believe summer is just hanging on just a little bit. And I've been very grateful for that. Here comes this last strip. Now the liquid glue allows me to move this around a little bit. If I don't feel like I have it on there straight, I can slide it a little bit. Here's our box. Pretty plain, but I like that little fleck in this designer series paper. Now the next thing I'm going to bring in is all of these scraps. This piece is a 1/2 inch by 2.5, and I'm going to stamp the sentiment "Give Thanks." Since we have a fall theme for my box today, I thought that was pretty appropriate. I'm going to stamp this right in the middle, and I'm using early espresso ink for that. One of our new punches is the Banners Pick a Punch. And I love this because you can do a banner with a pointed end or a flagged end. 3 different sizes here. We have 1/2 inch, 3/4, and 1 inch on each side for 6 different sizes of banners. So mine is a little short for this one, so I'm going to turn it over and see what's going on there. Whoops, I almost put it in the wrong side. I want it to be a flagged end, so I'm glad I was double checking there. I put it in here so I can see that it's centered in there because it's so short. I just figured it was a good time to look at that. I've got some glue on my finger here. Get this down in here, make sure that I have it in there straight because again, it's so short. Okay. So here's my little banner. We're probably going to put some dimensionals on that. Okay, the next thing we're going to do with our scraps is we need to die cut some items. I am going to bring these dies in here, and like I said, there's 21 different dies in here, and they're oh so pretty. So I'm going to take these 2 out. This particular die with kind of the more rounded leaves on it, I am going to die cut on some vellum cardstock. And then I've got a scrap of old olive here for this wreath. I'm going to die cut that. And then hang on just a second, I'll be right back. I wanted to show you just how easily these come out of the dies. I always love it when we have easy removal from dies. There's some little holes here, and when you take your pick tool in there, this comes right out. Here is our beautiful wreath in old olive, and then our vellum wreath. Because this is so intricate, I'm just going to kind of push up on that center, pop that out of there, easy peasy, right? And here comes, you have to be careful because this is pretty intricate, but it also cuts out beautifully. And there we go. Now, there's a few little parts in here that you need to pop out in between the leaves. Only a few, it's not bad. I could have used my die brush if I wanted to, but this is easy enough that I just was lazy and didn't get it out. How about that? I'll just tell it like it is. Okay, so here's our vellum wreath, and isn't that pretty? It's very intricate, delicate looking, and also our old olive wreath. I'm going to take the vellum wreath and I'm going to put it on our box first. So I tried using mini glue dots. That worked fine, but I found that just adding a few dots of liquid glue worked just as well, and it was easier for me to apply the glue. So that's what we're going to go with here. I'm going to put this right in the middle of my box, and then just going to grab a piece of cardstock here and lay that down on here flat. And I think that works well. Oops. And you just want to make sure that this gets dried on there. It takes just a minute for the vellum and the glue to adhere. Then I'm going to do the same thing with my old olive wreath, and I'm just putting glue on various petals, and I'm going to put that right over top of my vellum wreath. And again, I'm just going to kind of hold it in place till that glue adheres. It's either going to adhere to the vellum or the designer series paper. It doesn't matter which one as long as it stays in place. Okay, the next thing I wanted to do was I wanted to die cut some of the leaves. So we have this die for the leaf. We also have a stamp. And I figured that I needed quite a few of them. I'm just going to set this out of the way here. Figured that I needed quite a few leaves to do what I wanted to do with this. So I love to bring in my Stamparatus and use it as a template. So I'm going to show you how to set that up in case you'd like to do this. I've just got a scrap piece of cardstock here, and I'm going to put that in, hold it down with my magnet, and then I'm going to set my leaf down about right here. I'm going to pick that leaf up, and you'll see that the rubber sticks to the paper. So I'm going to reposition this, making sure that it's up in that corner. I'm going to grab my pumpkin pie ink here, and I'm going to ink up that stamp and then stamp it. And now we're going to take this and die cut the scrap with the leaf. Now you have to make sure that when you die cut this, you keep it in place so that it is perfectly in position. I'm going to add just a little bit of washi tape here. I'll be right back. And here comes our layer. This leaf looks pretty good. Oh, I got it just a little bit crooked down there, you guys. But I think it'll be okay. You want to make sure that that part is pretty perfect. Now, we're not going to use that because that's just a scrap piece. But what I did do is I die cut a bunch of leaves out of Cajun Craze, Rich Razzleberry, Pumpkin Pie, Old Olive, and Bumblebee. I've got my pumpkin pie leaves here. I'm going to set them in my little template. And this is the way that I like to use my Stamparatus when I am making multiples. Now, if you wanted to, of course, you could take your stamp and you could stamp your leaves on here. And then you could grab your die. Where did my die go? I do not know. Here it is. And you could go over and you could cut out all of those stamped images. But if this moves around on you, you know that that can be a little crazy, right? It can make you a little nuts. By setting up a template like this, I can continue to stamp these leaves easily. I don't have to worry about placement and moving around in my die cutting machine. You can just keep going, and you can do this with labels. You can do this with any type of stamp and matching die to make things so much more easy. I did the same thing with my olive leaves, my Cajun leaves. I just cleaned this off and stamped them all in here. And you can even die cut a couple layers at a time, so you can cut 2 leaves in each color at a time in your die cutting machine. And we have the Rich Razzleberry. Okay, so now we have all these leaves. I'm going to set these down here. I'm going to grab a baby wipe and wipe off my Stamparatus. Just set that aside for now. As long as you leave this stamp in place, you can continue to use it as a template. As soon as you remove the stamp, of course, you're going to have to do this part all over again. All right, so now I want to start assembling my cute little box here. I'm going to bring out my mini dimensionals, put a couple dimensionals on the back of my banner, and then we're going to pull in some of these leaves and add dimensionals to the back of those. And I don't know exactly how many I want to use here. But I've got a whole set of cards that I'm going to make to go in this box. So that's why I made so many leaves. I just wasn't sure how many I was going to need. I like to use my Take Your Pick tool to pick the backing off of these dimensionals. You might notice I have black lines drawn all over them. That's so that when you remove that backing, you know for sure that it's gone. You don't have to then touch it to see, did I really get the backing off? Just a nice little tip there to help speed things along. Here comes my little banner. I put my thanks right here. And now we're going to just fill in with the little leaves. Again, you could take the flowers out of here. There's flower stamps, there's flower dies. You could make this a spring wreath. You could make it a winter or Christmas wreath, anything you'd like to do here. I'm just kind of moving these around so they look very random. Oh my gosh, is that not cute? There's one last thing that I want to do to this, and that is bring in my gingham ribbon. I'm going to tie a little bow. And this is our bumblebee gingham ribbon. I always think gingham looks really nice with fall. Trim this off. Got a mini glue dot here. And I'm going to kind of curl this up a little bit so I don't see it sticking out from behind my bow. And then, let's see, where do I want this? I think I want this right down here, up here. I'm going to see if I can move this leaf a little bit without destroying things. Okay, now I'm going to put my bow in here. I just want it to be down enough that you can see my words on my banner. And now I'll come back in here and add this leaf right here. There you go. What do you guys think? Mini paper pumpkin boxes. Now, of course, you could decorate the entire inside of your box. And I have an entire set of cards, note cards and envelopes that fit in here perfectly. I am going to be featuring those cards on my Facebook Live on Sunday night at 7 p.m. Central Time. You're going to get to see what I put inside of my box. If you head over to my blog right now by clicking this link up here, you're going to get to join in on the blog hop with the Totally Techniques design team. Everybody's featuring boxes today. You're also going to get all of the details on my blog about my newest online class using the Arrange a Wreath bundle. Stamp set, dies. It's also going to include the red braided trim, an entire pack, 24 sheets of the In Good Taste Designer Series paper, a package of the wonderful gems, as well as the Bumblebee gingham ribbon. You can get all of this product for $123. That will get you a free online class that includes 6 card ideas with video tutorials for each, a box set, meaning a box with 4 more additional cards to go in it. And you'll get the free cardstock pack when you order the $123 option with all the product in it. Or you can get the cardstock pack with the online class for $40 or just the online class for $25. Again, you'll find all the details on my blog, www.astampabove.com. As always, I appreciate your orders if you're in the United States. If you don't have a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, I would love to earn your business. And I'd be happy to send you our current catalogs. Pop me an email at kelly@astampabove.com and I will get in touch with you. Make sure you click down here on my subscribe button. You'll want to subscribe to my YouTube channel so you don't miss anything I have coming out. And I hope you can join me on Sunday night at 7 p.m. Central Time to see all the cards that I made to go in this box. They are really, really pretty. Have yourselves a wonderful weekend, everybody. Thank you so much for taking a little bit of time out of your day to spend with me. Click the link, head over to the blog hop, see what everybody else made from around the world. Bye-bye.